Alrighty, back again. Got another Versamatic. This is one of the old style Versamatic. I couldn't even tell you the date on these things. Um, this is a 14-incher, and what we're getting here is no power. So I'll plug it up. Nothing. Now, yesterday, I was on site to look at this one. Sometimes you can see these, yeah, see there's a good spot right there. Not that you can see the detail on that, but so you got a little curling going on here, some twisting on the inside of there. So these cords, if they get wrapped incorrectly, like you want to unplug it and then you want to wrap it from this side. But what happens a lot of times is it'll get unplugged, and then because they're only taking it a short distance, they'll begin to wrap it from here, from this end, back this way. And then what happens is as you're twisting, so this side here is clamped, right? And then as you're twisting and curling this up, the wires on the inside still want to twist as well. You know, sometimes you can feel it, wanting to flip over. Hoses will do the same thing too. It's just a natural reaction to, wrapping something like that. But what happens over time is you get the 3 wires that are on the inside of here will continue to spin, and then it causes this sort of looking thing. And there's really no way to fix it, unfortunately. But what happens, and this is what I checked yesterday, what happens is on a lot of these is it will twist inside so much that it will actually pull itself away from these connections, which is kind of cool. That's usually the easy solution, but I opened this up yesterday and that's not the case here. These are nice and tight. They're making good contact. So what we're going to have to do, so there's a break somewhere. This one of these lines here, whether it's the white or if it's the lead wire, the black, green's not going to affect anything. So we need to find out which one of these are disconnected. But the problem though is it's inside this insulation. And as you can see, we can't really see inside of it. Now I can see some spots that are really like a bulge, more than just like, there's a bulge right there. You probably can't hardly see it, but I can feel it right here. So what I want to do is I just want to see if maybe we're going to run a continuity test, and we're going to find out which one of these lines are actually disconnected. And it's not too terribly difficult with this machine. You just got to take this little 3 screws out, open this panel up, and you have the electrical wiring on the inside of it. Now, if you're not familiar with what a continuity test is, it's not terribly difficult. Most meters have it. Let me find real quick. Okay. All right, so I have a Fluke 289. Yeah, it's fancy. I didn't buy it. My employer purchased it. So, but what you're looking for is you're looking for the marking on it. Let's do it this way. Right there. Continuity test. So what that does is it will test at it sends a signal across the line and lets you know whether or not there's a break in it. And this one has a cool little beeping function. Most of them do too. So when you see that it's connected, like for this one here, I'm gonna want to push that one there. So that button. So now it shows that there's a break in the line. But that's because my two probes are not touching. So once I touch these together, you'll hear a beep. So what it's doing is it's sending a signal all the way through the line. It's making a big loop. So what we want to do is we want to find out if these are making a connection. So we'll just start with the green. Again, the ground is not important, but so we know, because sometimes these have spun to the point where it's made contact with each other, and that's not a good thing. So the ground connects right here. So I've got this end touching my green wire, my ground, and here's the ground on the vacuum cleaner. So there's a solid connection there. I'm gonna do the same thing with neutral, which is the white. So I got it right here. And the white's gonna be, I don't know if you can see it too well, but you've got like where the prong comes in, there's a black right here, and then there's a white right on this side. So I'm gonna touch the white. I got nothing. So we'll actually keep it on here, and we're gonna touch the black. Okay, we got nothing. We're gonna do the same thing with the black. We're gonna touch the white. Nothing, good, we don't wanna hear anything. Okay, so we do have a solid connection with the white. Now, the thing about this is running through a switch. Nope, I take that back. So this comes directly from the wire. I should have a connection. I'm gonna touch the action. Instead of touching this piece here, this little screw, it's like a press, so you screw it in and you smash the cable to the circuit board. I'm gonna actually touch the cable. Yeah, I'm getting nothing at all. So let's hope it's here, right? Let's hope maybe the break is here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this. I'm kind of worried that what we're gonna find is that actually the break is in the middle of one of these cables. And the more I cut away at this cable, kind of becomes pointless, because these housekeepers need to have, it comes with a 40-foot power cord. You start cutting it away too much, and then it's kind of pointless. Let me get my wire cutters here. All right, we'll just cut a little bit. Maybe it's right there. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Where's the prong ends here? We go right here. Okay, so we're gonna just find the white. This is always tricky. I just need to make, okay, here we go. Hold it in place. Still nothing. All right, let's cut it some more. Let's cut a little deeper. White. Still nothing. So what I'm afraid of is that our twisting, and for example, here's one spot right here that they've put blue electrical tape over. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we're see what we got up under here. It's not going to matter anyway, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have to put a new power cord on, which I don't think I've got one. I may have to steal it off another vacuum cleaner that I've got for salvage, which I try to keep a lot of these. Yeah, I've got one right over there in the corner I can steal. Oh, they put some Oh yeah, guess what? I found it. I don't know if you can see that too well. Let's see if I can. Yeah, and it's the white one too. Absolutely. You can actually see it right there. It's the white. Yeah, so in this case, there's really no point because this is darn near in the middle of the vacuum cleaner. So, new one, here we come. Okay, so got it set up. Let's double check and make sure before we put this cable, this power cord in there, that we make sure that this one actually works, because it's actually not, it's used off an old machine. So I just want to make sure all of these puppies work. So we're going to do the same thing, do the continuity test again. Alright, we'll start with the ground. Come here. Alright, we'll start with ground. This was kind of easy. Oh well. Turn the button on. Yep. Alright, so we're going to do actually I don't know which one that one is. Never can remember. Alright, so that's neutral. And then we just need to try hot. We just need to make sure that they don't cross anywhere. Nothing, no short. Okay, yeah, we're good. Turn this off, get this out of the way. I got too much stuff here, it all piles up. And it looks like a giant jumbled mess. Oh. Okay, so I gotta still finish taking the old one out here. I still gotta take the old one, the rest of the old cord out. This is just a crimper, that way if the cord gets pulled, the actual connection stays in place. Where is my pliers here? Come here. Yeah, so it's just a crimper. It just kind of smashes it down. And I need my handy dandy tool that I just had in my hand a few minutes ago. Here it is, my little pin. This really tiny screw here. It actually holds the neutral and the hot in place, and always loses little things. Nothing like being like right in the middle of something and then all of a sudden you realize the one tool you need to keep going you don't have. These are always slightly difficult. It's just a little bitty nut that holds the ground all together. Come on, get off there. Okie dokie. Little spacers and washers here. And then we just, that's the ground. Pull these out of the slot there. And that's it. We're just gonna remove that. Now I've already fed this other one in place through the handle. There is kind of a trick to it. It's a little struggle sometimes. The easiest thing to do is just to take that piece off and feed it through. If not, you're constantly spending all day trying to fish that wire through a space that you can't do like this here. Like this one here, I can fish it through, and then I can pull it with the pliers. That one I can't really do that though. It's a lot more difficult. Okay. Now, if this was brand new, this would actually go in a little easier because this one's been crimped, so it's got a little flat edge to it. I need to round it out just a smidge. I don't like to pull these wires too tight because you run into the same problem as twisting if you do that. So try to push more than I pull on that. There you go. So it popped in. Okay, so I'm going to take the other flat head. I'm going to kind of smash that into the spot right there. Okay, I'm going to take our ground. Come on. Ground is in place. Now we're going to put our, no, that's upside down. It's all good. A little twisting isn't going to hurt too much. Okay. Fish that in there. And we're going to do black on bottom. That's kind of how I remember. Black on bottom. There we go. They're in place. Now I need to find the tool that I just had in my hand. Yeah, rolled away. I'm just going to torque these down so that they don't come out. Normally I'd say torque it really tight, but on that circuit board, I've actually had them pop off before, and I was doing them really tight. And once you do that, unless you're good at soldering, you're kind of stuck. Alrighty. Sorry for the background noise. I am at a location that has a lot of people, so try to keep the door closed, but it is what it is. All right, so we are in place. Just got to put this, it popped out. All right, let's put our little washer and our lock washer in the nut. Where is the nut? Okie dokie. Ooh, nice and tight. All right, so we'll just give it a quick fire up. Sorry for the noise. Oh, well, you know what, if I plug my bench up, that would be helpful. Yay. Make sure everything's back in place. I have a tendency to forget stuff, forget the order of things. That's pretty much it. Now, I will say again that when you wrap your cords, it doesn't matter what type of cord you're wrapping, If it has a fixed location on one side, it is extremely important that you start. So the fixed location is here. Those are crimped in place. If you start wrapping from this side, all you're going to do is you're going to twist those wires on the inside of this insulation. Always, always, especially on a fixed position, you start on this side and then you wrap it back this way, back into the machine. That way, as you're twisting, this end here has the ability to flop around as you're twisting it up and tying it up. It has somewhere to go. If it doesn't have anywhere to go, it's eventually just going to twist, 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 and it will pop off. In this case, you can't see where it's popped off. If it's one of these, you usually can open it up and you can reconnect it. But so there we go. I'll put it back together. You don't need to see all that.